ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया। भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 10, Text number 3. निष्मय भीष्मोक्तम् अथाच्युतोत्कटम्। प्रवृत्त विज्ञान विधूत विभ्रमः। शशासगाम इंद्र इवाजिताश्रयः। परिद्युपान्ताम् अनुजानुवर्तितः। निशम्य भीष्मोक्तम् अथाच्युतोत्कटम्। प्रवृत्त विज्ञान विधूत विभ्रमः। शशासगाम इंद्र इवाजिताश्रयः। परिद्युपान्ताम् अनुजवर्तितः। निशम्य, after listening, Bhishma Uktam, what was spoken by Bhishma Deva, Atha, as also, Achyuta Uktam, what was spoken by the infallible Lord Krishna, Pravratta, being engaged in Vijnana, perfect knowledge, Vidhuta, completely washed, Vibhramaha, all misgiving, Shashasa, ruled over, Gam, the earth, Indra, the king of the heavenly planet, Eva, like, Ajita Ashrayaha, protected by the invincible Lord, Paridhi Upantam, including the seas, Anuja, the younger brother. Anuvartitah, being followed by them. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj Yudhishthir, after being enlightened by what was spoken by Bhishma Deva, Lord Shri Krishna, the infallible, engaged himself in matters of perfect knowledge because all his misgivings were eradicated. Thus, he ruled over the earth and seas and was followed by his younger brother. Please repeat. Maharaj Yudhishthira, after being enlightened, what was spoken by Bhishma Deva and Lord Shri Krishna, the infallible, engaged himself in matters of perfect knowledge because all his misgivings were eradicated. Thus he ruled over the earth and seas and was followed by his younger brother. Purport. The modern English law of primogeniture, or the law of inheritance by the firstborn, was also prevalent in those days when Maharaj Yudhishthira ruled the earth and seas. In those days, the king of Hastinapur, now part of New Delhi, was the emperor of the world, including the seas. Up to the time of Maharaj Parikshit, the grandson of Maharaj Yudhishthira. Maharaj Yudhishthira's younger brothers were acting as his ministers and commanders of state, and there was full cooperation between the perfectly religious brothers of the king. Maharaj Yudhishthira was the ideal king or representative of Lord Shri Krishna to rule over the kingdom of earth and was comparable to King Indra, the representative ruler of the heavenly planets. The devatas like Indra, Chandra, Surya, Varuna and Vayu are representative kings of different planets of the universe. And similarly, Maharaj Yudhishthira was also one of them, ruling over the kingdom of the earth. Maharaj Yudhishthira was not a typically enlightened political leader of modern society, democracy. Maharaj Yudhishthira was instructed by Bhishma Deva and the infallible Lord also, and therefore he had full knowledge of everything in perfection. The modern elected executive head of a state is just like a puppet because he has no kingly power. Even if he is enlightened like Maharaj Yudhishthira, he cannot do anything out of his own goodwill due to his constitutional position. Therefore, there are so many states over the earth quarreling because of ideological differences or other selfish motives. But a king like Maharaj Yudhishthira had no ideology of his own. He had but to follow the instructions of the infallible Lord and the Lord's representative and the authorized agent, Bhishma Deva. It is instructed in the Shastra that one should follow the great authority in the infallible Lord without any personal motive and manufactured ideology. Therefore, it was possible for Maharaj Yudhishthira to rule the whole world, including the seas, because the principles were infallible and universally applicable to everyone. The conception of one word state can only be fulfilled if we can follow the infallible authority. An imperfect human being cannot create an ideology acceptable to everyone. Only the perfect and the infallible one can create a program which is applicable at every place and can be followed by all in the world. It is the person who rules and not the impersonal government. If the person is perfect, the government is perfect. If the person is a fool, the government is a fool's paradise. That is the law of nature. There are so many stories of imperfect kings or executive heads. Therefore, the executive head must be a trained person like Maharaj Yudhishthira, and he must have the full autocratic power to rule over the world. The conception of a word state can take shape only under the regime of a perfect king like Maharaj Yudhishthira. The world was happy in those days because there were kings like Maharaj Yudhishthira to rule over the world. Om Ajnana Pinjarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Jai Pataka Swamin Iti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nishamya Bhishmoktam Athachukoktam Pravratta Vijnana Vidhuta Vibramaha Sasasagama Indra Ivajitashrayah Paridhyopantam Anujanuvartitah. Maharaj Yudhishthira, after being enlightened by what was spoken by Bhishma Deva and Lord Shri Krishna, the infallible, engaged himself in matters of perfect knowledge because all his misgivings were eradicated. Thus he ruled over the earth and seas and was followed by his younger brothers. Shuka Goswami is describing how Yudhishthira Maharaj just followed the spoken words of Bhishma Deva, and of course he was getting instructions from Krishna throughout his life. So, because of that, because he was pravratta in what? Vijnana. Vijnana is jnana vijnana. Vijnana means perfect knowledge. So his vibramaha, his all misgivings were vidhuta, completely washed. So he started then ruling the Gam, that is, earth is called Gam, and Paridhi Upantam, including the seas. That means if he is ruling over the land and the seas, everything, then you can see that he is the king of the world. Because here, of course, he was very fortunate because he had the Ajita Ashraya. He was protected by the infallible Lord. And then his brothers were following him, they were handling different things. So till the time of Parikshit Maharaj was also king of the whole world. Here we see the difference between Yudhishthira Maharaj and the current leaders that we have around the world. There's hardly anyone who can be considered as, anywhere near Yudhishthira Maharaj. We say that the president of such country, like United States, for example, supposed to be the most powerful man in the world, but he can't get his ideas passed by his own colleagues. There is opposition, of course, opposition doesn't allow him to do anything, but his own people also don't allow him to do anything. Somebody will always point out, and then he is so helpless. He is begging. The most powerful person in the world is begging the Congress and his colleagues to please pass a bill. So you can see how he can make everybody happy. He may be very ideal, which he is not, because all these things are political. So Prabhupada is suggesting that if you want to bring peace to this world, there should be somebody like Maharaj Yudhishthira. Under his umbrella, everybody can have their own powers, not that they will be deprived of the entire power, but they will be deprived of definitely being the king. Because when we say king, in the political arena there are king makers who are more powerful than the king. But in the period we see this after the Mahabharata war, Yudhishthira Maharaj was the only king, sovereign king, and things were going nice. Things were not bad, although they were at the verge of Kali Yuga. They are on the verge of Kali Yuga. Actually, one place I was reading that Kali Yuga had already almost there, but because Krishna was present himself, it was not daring to get in. He just hovering around, and then at the right opportunity, it got in. Of course, the Another thing is the period, like when the period of Dwapar Yuga is over, then Kali Yuga has to come. There has to be some excuse for it coming. It has to come. Now there is a lot of talk of 2012, this will happen, that will happen. Now they are giving, yesterday I was reading that there is some prediction that on 22nd and 23rd of December, there will be huge problems in the world and world may collapse. Something like that. And they are scaring people by sending some videos and So one girl asked me, she says, I saw this video and what do I do? And so I just have to tell her that just depend on Krishna, finish. Take his shelter of his lotus feet and become fearless, abhaya. Devotees are abhaya, supposed to be abhaya. So like that, there are so many things going on. Somebody else came and he said, by February, the whole world will change. It will become like heavenly place. Everything will be solved. All this government, everything will collapse, and some new things come. And they will bring everything perfect. So whom to believe? You are just swinging from one end to the other. One group is saying it's going to be wonderful, and the other group is saying you are doomed. And we are the third group. We are saying Kali Yuga is just 5,000 years old. It takes another 427,000 years, 4,27,000 years before Satya Yuga comes back. So let us see. It's not very far off, luckily. February is just a couple of months away, and December is just next. Within a month and a half, we will know that. So this is how Yudhishthira Maharaj, because he depended on the advice of Bhishma Deva and Krishna, he was successful. And now we got advice of Acharyas like Srila Prabhupada and his predecessors. So we should take full advantage of that. Try to make our life successful. Thank you very much. I'd like to stop here. If there is any question, comment, you can take it.
Does that, when we talk about that Mayan calendar, that was
something, some star is coming very near.
That's funny because if people notice throughout the year that some does come with some doomsday at the dictionary, like I remember a long time ago with Y2K, they thought it was used in the past. And like the day after, and even like I remember a lot of devotees who their parents were.
I know.
And like nothing happened. Like not one thing happened. So it's like people always want to do like doomsday taxes.
No, because it's a good business.
Yeah.
When you say doomsday, you can sell a lot of things. People say, okay, let me try that out before it's doomed.
Yeah. But it's even funny, even devotees are.
I know. I mean, devotees are devotees again. Then when you are not depending on Krishna, then you do all this circus, isn't it? We talk a lot about Krishna, depending on Krishna, but then when it comes to it, we want to depend on X, Y, Z.
So also in the report, we found the idea of government is on monarchy or autocracy. How do now we accept that to be bad, but how does that apply to nowadays? Like, do we have to apply to monarchy or autocracy?
Yeah, see, actually, that's what the important thing is, benevolent monarchy. It's like, the king has to really be kind-hearted, not by force, not by power. Like, we see, for example, some countries, there have been dictators for